Hello there, I'm Candace Weeda-Strobbe and I'm representing the Cascade County Farm Bureau, and we're here in Cascade, Montana. And today I'm really excited to be with you all on this virtual farm fair, so welcome to our ranch. And today we're going to learn about soil health on our cattle ranch. And so I hope that we have some fun today. We're going to learn about cows, we're going to learn about healthy soils and healthy grasses and how that whole cycle connects together and makes healthy protein to put beef on your plate. All right, so we're gonna take the opportunity to show you around our ranch today. And so this is Royce. You wanna say hi? So she's 11, she's in 5th grade. I think a couple of you guys are in 5th grade too. And then in the middle we have our Kelpie working dog Freya. And then my husband Chet's over there driving us around. So we're gonna open this gate and show you some baby calves and their mamas. All right, so we're here in one of our pastures where we have our cattle. And what a pasture is a fenced in area where the cattle stay. It's kind of their home for a while they graze and eat the forage. And then as ranchers, we move them from pasture to pasture and do rotations. So what we have in the background here today, we've got some mama cows and their little babies. And so these are Angus, and that's the black hide. So that's a different breed of cattle that we raise here. And you'll see we have one of those mamas is licking out of a tub, and in there we have salt and mineral, which helps meet those cows' nutrients. So just like maybe you take vitamins at home, or your parents give you a gummy or a supplement or a probiotic, we do that for our cows too, to help their gut and their immune system be active and keep them healthy. So Royce is my good helper here, as she always is on the ranch, and we're gonna dig a hole in this pasture so that you can see what's going on below the surface. So a lot of times we just think about the grass and on top, but we want you guys to start thinking about the soil health and what's going on underneath the ground that we can't see with our eye, because that's really where the nutrient value is that feeds the plants, that then feeds our cows, which then feeds us. So let's go ahead. Royce is going to dig us a hole and we're going to take a look at what's going on down there. So Chet can kind of zoom in here for us. He's being our great cameraman today. And so what we just found here, you guys see there's some roots here. And this soil, you see that? As I break it up, you can start to see we're getting into spring, so this green grass is starting to come, even though you can't see that. And what's great about this soil is look at how nice and dark and rich it is. And the other thing that's important here when we think about soil health and healthy pastures and healthy cows is how damp this soil is. You see how when I squeeze it together, it sticks together? That shows us that this pasture is in really good condition. So one thing that I would maybe criticize this soil on a little bit is how shallow our roots are here. So ideally we want long finger-like roots that go all the way down, that are nice and deep. Okay, Royce, you want to go a little deeper in their hole and see what we got? Okay, let's zoom in. All right, so it's kind of hard to show you on the video, but if you look down in here, we are finding some deeper root structures that shows us that we've got a good mix of plant life going on. And why that's important is that we like diversity. So when we look out here at this pasture, we've got a bunch of different plants, and that's important because if you were at home, would you want to eat a hamburger every single day, day after day? You might get a little bit bored, right? And the other thing is that eating a hamburger every day wouldn't meet all your nutritional needs. So So it's important, just like people, that cows have a diversity of plants to eat. So as ranchers, that's our job, to make sure they've got good food. So here's some more mamas and their babies. And we're standing in a pasture where we fed some hay. Do you see this line behind me? So this is where my husband Chet and I feed every day. Not this exact place, but in the pasture we'll come out here with our tractor and bring hay to these cows to make sure that they have enough high quality protein to last them in the winter months. So we're in March, and so feeding hay in Montana is something that we do to help supplement them until this grass greens up and that flush of nutrients starts to grow here in the spring. One thing that you might find kind of funny is to think about what comes out of the back end of a cow. See that? So that is a cow patty. And why does that matter? Well, cows are recyclers essentially. And what they do, their superpower, is to recycle grass. And they do this, they convert grass into high quality protein, which we know as beef and roast and hamburger and steak. And the other thing that they do that's really, really cool, that you might be like, oh, that's kind of gross, but is everywhere they go, they leave behind their poop as fertilizer. And that fertilizer, see, here's a different one from probably a different cow, helps this grass grow. And so that's another really awesome thing that cows do for our land. We're so glad that you were able to join us for Montana Farm Bureau's virtual farm fair. And we're grateful to have you as virtual visitors at the Strobbe Ranch. And again, if you have any questions, put them in the comment box. And one thing that we wanted to show you, in case you're interested in learning more about soil health and ranching, is this coloring book from one of our friends. It's called Don't Call It Dirt, a regenerative agriculture coloring book. And this was created by a kid just like you. Her name is Malloy Lannon, and she is with Barney Creek Livestock here in Montana. And so Royce is going to show us her favorite page in here. That's her favorite page. And can you read it for us, Royce? What's it say?
Nature does not function without animals.
Who said it?
Dave Brown, Dirt to Soil.
So that's the quote out of Malloy's coloring book, Nature does not function without animals. And so we hope that you now know a little bit more about what animals can do, like cows, how they're really cool recyclers. And if you are interested, we're gonna, if you want to support Malloy and learn more about her coloring book and get one for yourself, or maybe your teacher or your parents want to get one for you, we're gonna put that link in the video and the comments as well. So anyways, that's all we have for you. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
All right, kids, you're lucky, because timing-wise, on our virtual farm fair, this mama just had her baby. You see, she's talking to it, and she's gonna start cleaning it off. And pretty soon that little baby will stand up and it'll start to nurse and get its first meal of its mama's milk.